Hey gang, Bronco Carl 92 here. So I finally decided to break down and get myself a shop press. So I'm going to show you in this video how to assemble a 20-ton Harbor Freight Tools shop press. So here we go. Okay, for years I've always wanted to have a shop press, but never really got around to, I guess, going out and buying one. So I decided to take a look into getting a budget shop press, and of course, budget and single-use tools. Who do you go to? Harbor Freight. So I managed to come across a coupon for their 20-ton shop press that basically brought the price down to $154. So I figured, what the heck? Let me give it a try. I checked the online reviews. There was even a magazine that reviewed it and said it was a good buy. So let me show you what I got. All right, so I've actually unboxed it a little bit already because the box is just totally falling apart. It comes in this long box here, and then there's a small box over here that I guess carries the bottle jack and a couple of other things, hardware. So let me get this all unboxed, and I'll show you what we got going on. Okay, so here it is out of the box. Not very many pieces, which is good. The bottle jack box, like I said, comes with a bottle jack and these bed pins and instructions, and of course the hardware. Now, I looked at this hardware. The hardware bag basically comes with those eye bolts, those two little Allen bolts, and that assortment of small bolts and large bolts. My suggestion, this is just my suggestion, take these bolts out, take these bolts, throw them in the trash. Why? Well, these things are a 4.8 hardness metric bolt, which is basically the hardware store grade. If it was American, we would call that grade 2. It's junk, if you ask me. I think when you're using a shop press, I think the bolts should probably be at least grade 5 or grade 8. So, take my advice, take 20 bucks out of your pocket and go down to the hardware store and buy yourself a bag of good grade 8 hardware. Anyhow, like I said, that's just my opinion. So let me get the camera set up, and we'll put this baby together. All right, so here's all of our stuff on the floor here. Like I said before, first thing we want to do is assemble the base and put the uprights on it, and then put the bed, press, and the top support in. So let's get going on that. Decided to try the multiple camera angle today with the two cameras, so see how well that goes. So for the legs, 3/8" bolts. So it says to take this leg, this leg pulls up, and a cross piece. It's always good to look at the instructions a few times. So I'm going to prep 4-bolt washer combinations. I screwed them all together like this just so I was sure that I had enough when I bought them. Now you can find yourself a coupon either online or a lot of the magazines advertise Harbor Freight stuff, and nice if I had a helper. But I don't. And like I said, this press, I guess they say, is normally $300, and the coupon, it drops it down to $154. They also offer, I guess, these no-hassle replacement warranties for 1 or 2 years. 1 year's $30 and 2 years $50. But like I said, I don't know how often I'm really going to use this. Because maybe once I have it, I'll probably use it more than I thought I would. But what could really go wrong on this thing? The bottle jack. I think if the bottle jack goes bad, when I use this enough, I might consider getting an air-powered one. These tools are definitely much more fun when operated with air. Okay. Next to these little side plates, now, is the grade 8 hardware necessary on the legs? Well, I guess yes and no. Wouldn't want to use anything too cheap on the bottom. I mean, it is going to keep the thing from falling over, and I'd say the investment of the bolts is a good safety measure. It's funny, these little side supports that I'm putting on here kind of look like an afterthought. So they don't really sit flush. Let's see here, so let me get a level. Not saying that my floor is totally level, but I'd say as plumb as you can make this better. good. Flimsy. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is put the press apron in place. So those pins there. Starting to look at something. Starting to look like something. And then the next part is press plate. And then finally the upper tie. Which of course it says to do with a helper, but Uncle Carl 92 doesn't have a helper. It's never really stopped me before. Oh, of course it's heavy. See if we can do this without hurting ourselves too much. Wasn't terrible. Make sure when you buy your grade 8 hardware that you buy grade 8 washers and nuts, otherwise the grade 8 doesn't really mean anything. Okay. That's because my floor is not flat. Two springs. Two eye bolts. These eye bolts don't have any lock washers or anything, so maybe I might have to do something with that later. Maybe they don't need them. Fit the jack in place. Take the two Allen screws that you didn't throw away. The holes are not clean. Get a tap for them. Those are 8 by 125. Just after they painted it, the threads got kind of fuzzy. much nicer. Try this again. Precision. Then you can just adjust these springs. Finally, this is like a regular bottle jack, so you just thread up top here. You probably want to have a little preload on it when it has to come up. Looks like it's it. Sweet. It's too bad those holes aren't just a little bit bigger. The handle would fit in there. So. All right, so that wasn't so bad. That took about 20 minutes, I'd say, to do. Maybe a little bit more. I guess I'll see once I get all the footage cracked up. So, anyhow, here is the final product: the Central Machinery 20-ton shop press from Harbor Freight. I said it's not too bad for 150 bucks. I think this will do well. So tighten that up. Be good for doing U-joints, ball joints. Larger transmission parts, bearings. I think I'll get some use out of it. So anyhow, as always, thanks for watching, and we'll see you again soon. Take care.